We're spending this week with the Lincoln Navigator Black Label. Black Label is the top tier trim for the Lincoln models, and this full-size Navigator has some really nice touches. Let's check out the interior. Quick little glimpse before we head off to work. Look at that. These seats, the pattern, the materials, quite nice. Let's hop in. Very nice calming welcome music.
While driving my own car.
What's wrong? You're complaining it's massive?
It's huge, it's a tank.
Welcome to the Lincoln Navigator Black Label. Hi, Kyung.
Hello.
Navigator Black Label. We've got the EcoBoost 3.5 V6. A lot of torque, the higher output version, full digital cluster, massive infotainment screen with side seats, plenty to cover, but we are off to lunch, so we'll pick this back up later.
This is much better than the, was it a GM or the one that you had?
Escalade?
Yeah, the massage seats weren't that great on that one.
These ones are actually pretty good. These seats are like the crazy multi-contour. See on the door, you can adjust like every single thing from like the left side bolster to the left side lumbar to the right side. You can start fiddling with those. It's almost a little overwhelming.
Oh, that's
yes.
weird. Oh, the seats split in half. I didn't.
All right, MSRP guesses. How much is this Lincoln Black Label?
$175.
140?
122.
Oh.
As option. The one of the stickers all funky, but 122.
That's not nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Really?
I mean, it doesn't mean I'm gonna buy it, but
that's
like,
good job to Lincoln. If it's cheaper than what you guys think it is,
Well,
that's good.
it's also like my perception is skewed with inflation and how much cars cost.
True.
That is true.
True, valid. Minivans are like 80 grand these days, so yeah. 122K. Wow, it is very, very, very hot out today. 105 indicated. We have been sitting in the sun. Hopefully this thing cools off quickly. Cooled seats, max AC, please. Yes. A remote start on a Lincoln. We've got a couple errands to run today, and I think we're taking a Navigator downtown this weekend, so let's continue enjoying the comfort and practicality of the Lincoln Navigator Black Label. Remote started the truck earlier to let it cool down a bit inside. Let's pop the trunk. The button's actually not in the middle where most people would expect. It's a little bit off center, about underneath the L. So see the button is right there. Press that. Power lift gate opens up. With the third row of seats up, the rear trunk space is not massive, but we have buttons here to fold down, so I think right side, left side. You can drop the seats, and it's one touch, so you press it, and they just drop on their own. And then you have a pretty decent sized flat load floor back here. We do have that giant center console in the middle because of the captain's chairs, but I believe we can also fold down and try. Whoa, that was much more aggressive than I expected. And it just hit the screens. Okay, so the front seat's a little too far back. That's weird. So that's what it'll look like with the seats all folded down. But again, that center console still is kind of in the way. Got some stuff to donate, my gym bag. And we've got a button here. Closes the lift gate. And off we go. As a top tier Black Label trim, especially for the Navigator, which is also at the very top of the Lincoln lineup, we have some really nice touches. From the Black Label on the door sill to the materials, nicer carpeting here too. The seats have this really cool pattern to them, which is echoed across the rest of the interior. Little step to get in here. You see that geometric etched pattern. Nice calming welcome music. Wireless CarPlay immediately connects, and then coming down the center console, we've got the park, reverse, neutral drive buttons here. Kind of toggle them like that. And then we actually have a little gap here before the main part of the center console from your climate controls, heated, cooled seats. We also have a wireless phone charger right here. We can also close this cover here. We can close this cover with the cup holders. And you have this nice wood trim. You can feel the grain. A couple other controls, drive mode, your parking brake. And then the center console, more of that pattern. You see actual like texture, which is really cool. Open that up. Pretty spacious center console storage in there. Cavernous. The seats are so many way adjustable. Everything from the bolsters to the side to the leg supports. It's controlled on the door there. And then we have the massage seats with many different options and different intensity levels. And then if we go here to adjust the seat, it'll turn off the massage settings for a moment. There are so many different things you can adjust to such a finite degree. Sometimes it's almost challenging because there's so much to fine tune, but you have so many different options available here on these Lincoln seats. Testing out the space in the second row, I've got the driver's seat where I would be sitting. 6'3", got plenty of leg room. We have this large center console, which does have second row massage seats. They're not as fancy as the first row massage seats, but we do have that. Cup holders, plenty of storage. We can control the panoramic sunshade, I think. Yep, we can make that retract, which is nice with that button there. I have a good amount of headroom. I can feel my head just barely brushing the suede headliner here. It's decently comfortable, but nothing compared to the front seats. But the second row captain's chairs will definitely fit an adult without a problem. The third row is less comfortable. That's more so for kids, for sure, or just folding down and putting your luggage or something back there. Up front, like some of the newer luxury vehicles, the Lincoln logo in the grille actually lights up. Not sure how I feel about them adding touches like that. The refreshed headlights, they have a single DRL kind of swoop right here. The pre-refresh one, I believe, had 2 of them. Big vehicle. Do an exterior tour later on. We're heading downtown. I have a bit of a drive, bit of traffic, so we'll try out some of the driver assistance systems here. I'll show you some of the tech and luxury features as we head to downtown Chicago for today. We have nice, very large cup holders that fits my Yeti perfectly fine there. I'm pretty sure that the Detroit Symphony Orchestra actually helped record all the interior sounds and chimes for Lincoln and their modern vehicles to give it that classy feel. Fancy Starbucks things, you pull up behind a Lamborghini Urus. We're just gonna park and go in. When parking, we can press this button there, and it pulls up our overhead view cameras, which is definitely convenient when you're driving something the size of a school bus. But it has massage seats. A school bus with massage seats. That is my new description of the Lincoln Navigator. We've got hands-free active glide running. Look at the animation graphics on the main screen. And then take a look at everything out on the heads-up display. There was a lot of data out there. It's a very wide heads-up display, full color. See the blue steering wheel icon that indicates that the hands-free active glide is running. Back to the main cluster. We should have to pay attention. The little sensor is watching us. The sensor gets mad at me when I have a camera pointing at it because it doesn't look like my face. So back to paying attention now. But we'll try out Active Glide, see how it compares to this GM Super Cruise system. Per my experience, Super Cruise is one of the absolute best systems out there. Ford/Lincoln definitely had to step up to try to match them with what they call Active Glide, which that's an interesting name. These are the best moments when you have a good hands-free system like Active Glide. When you're stuck in stop-and-go traffic, it is fully in control and I can just sit here and pay attention. Couple things I have noticed comparing this system to the GM Super Cruise system. It seems the threshold at which it will alert you to make sure you're looking is much shorter. The GM one I think can go between like 10 to 15 seconds. So if you happen to go grab your coffee or whatever it happens to be, obviously pay attention the entire time, but there's a bit longer of a window. This one, it's like 3 seconds. You just simply glance away to check your blind spot or something and it goes, pay attention. So that's the one thing. Otherwise, on the road, they're pretty comparable. I still think I have a bit more confidence with Super Cruise simply because I've done many more miles using Super Cruise and I trust it a bit more. There's been a couple curves where this one I actually had to intervene a little bit, but huge steps up, especially compared to the previous generation stuff, which made me feel like a ping pong ball because you just like bounce between the lane markers. So it's much better in that regard. We came to downtown Chicago to check out a Porsche show. A lot of cool cars there, then had a fantastic brunch. Now it's time to head back up to the suburbs because I have a lot of editing to do. The Navigator is great for these things. You saw in traffic, it was fine. The only downside, obviously, with a vehicle of this size is trying to park it in a city. The parking spot here feels about the size of this Navigator because it is very big, so parking structures probably be challenging too. I found a big open parking lot, but been good day downtown with the Lincoln. Hello, Chicago traffic. Even on a Saturday in the middle of the afternoon. But it's okay, we have Glide Cruise, Active Glide, whatever it's called, Smooth Glide. Sounds like I'm naming like men's shaving products or something. Ah, it's called Active Glide. That's what it's called. Active Glide. Lincoln Active Glide. Yes, I'm watching the road. Calm down. I just have a camera. It's nice and sunny out right now, so let's take an exterior look at this Lincoln Navigator Black Label. This color is called Chrome Caviar Dark Gray Metallic. I think I got that right. And as a Black Label, we've got things like the blacked out 22-inch wheels, the updated front headlights and DRLs, and the indicator light below it. And then if you look at the grille, the logo does light up, and the actual shape in this grille mesh is echoes of little mini Lincoln logos there. We also have the two-tone with the black and the chrome, but we have a blacked out roof and mirror for the Black Label, Navigator lettering here on the side. Hit unlock, the side step will come out when you open the door like there to help get in. And then coming around to the back, we've got the updated rear light bar here. For the taillights, it's a bit thinner, and we have blacked out lettering too. They fill in the middle of the letters for them to be blacked out for the Black Label. This color is very nice too. When the sunlight hits it, you see a lot of that metallic flake. Have a little, the Lincoln Motor Company lettering in the headlight. This paint really does change when the sun comes out and hits it. Take a look at that rear lighting signature as we approach sunset. The door handles light up there. In the front, we've got the DRL. And the logo. Still not sure how I feel about the light up logo. Not my favorite. I'm not sure if it lights up while driving. I do like the Black Label light up door sill there. Lincoln does a really good job with their material choices, design aspects on the top tier Black Label trim. Like, this wood is really, really nice. And we have the Revel sound system with the metal speaker grills there. So you see the nice graphic for the lane keep assist, and there's a couple different ways it'll warn you if you start straying out of your lane. So if I just gradually come to the right, you see the vehicle will shift, and actually the top right corner turns red, almost like a red sunset glow up there. The steering wheel will vibrate slightly to alert you, feel that there, and also the heads up display, that lane marker will turn red. So lots of different visual and physical cues for your lane keep assist as you're driving along. And then when we lock it, the lights gradually fade away till it's just a logo, and then the logo fades out. Some final thoughts after living with the Lincoln Navigator Black Label for another week. All of these top tier luxury SUVs are quite nice. This, I think, compares with something like the Cadillac Escalade, the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, and then some of the German rivals. Next week, I'm actually spending a week with the Mercedes GLS 580, so it'll be cool to compare them. For the Lincoln Navigator specifically, it's got a good powertrain combination. That 3.5 EcoBoost V6 with a 10-speed automatic transmission makes a healthy amount of torque. It's a pretty smooth powertrain and gets this fairly large SUV going. Driving dynamics are pretty good for something of this size. It feels a little less truck-like than the Cadillac Escalade and the Jeep Grand Wagoneer at times, but it still has that size and presence and isolation. Interior materials, I think, are one of the highlights. I think the treatment of the wood trim, all the other details, is one of the best in the segment. I think it's a nice design and a good balance of technology. If you want a lot of screens, a lot of screens, the Jeep Grand Wagoneer will absolutely fill that need. The Cadillac Escalade has its OLED screens. But this Lincoln is a good balance. Massage seats are great, very comfortable. It's just a very, very nice place to spend, which, I mean, obviously it's gonna be. It's over $120,000. All of these are really, really expensive now, but you get what you're paying for. So there's my week living with the Lincoln Navigator Black Label. Make sure you check out some of the other videos I've done with the other full-size luxury SUVs in the segment. Thanks for watching.